Poudre School District High School football, live on Stream It Sports, Northern Colorado. This broadcast is brought to you by Schrader Oil, fuel your day, by Pedersen Toyota in Fort Collins, everything cars made easy, and by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in Northern Colorado. First Bank, banking for good. And now for the play-by-play, here's David Haase and Randy McCoy.
Welcome to Poudre School District Athletics. Tonight, live from French Field in beautiful Fort Collins, Colorado. It is the Lakewood Tigers, the visiting team, and the Poudre Impalas on senior night hosting in varsity boys football action. Hello, everybody. I'm David Haase, along with Randy McCoy. Abby Block on camera tonight. And Randy, beautiful night for football, and it's that time of year where the conference numbers really start to mean something.
Yes, we got two teams coming in 5-2. And this is really a battle for who's going to be at the top part of the conference and who's going to kind of drop down to the middle to the lower part. So
it's elimination time.
Yeah, very, very equally matched teams. We've been it's our favorite time of year. Hopefully we'll be able to finish out strong with some real competitive games that mean something in the conferences. And this is big. You you say, well, why is Lakewood and Poudre in the same conference? And again, it goes back to some of the restructuring they did, and
nobody's going to give you a good answer either on that one.
Yeah, but it's we're excited that one. Welcome our Lakewood fans who may be watching tonight. We tried to get the link out to as many people as we could, and we see the captains there, and led by Mr. McFadden.
Number 2 is McFadden. Number 32, J.T. Erickson, one of the top rushers in the state. 54, Weston Mayer, one of the top wrestlers in the state, and Zach Leal, who is that consummate five-tool player both ways, catching it, special teams, everything, probably one of the most dangerous players on the field tonight.
Yes, and Zach Leal coming in over 550 yards in receiving, leads the conference, and obviously J.T. Erickson does too. Third or fourth, we think, in 5A in rushing, over 1,100 yards already, folks, in 7 games. And for those of you that maybe don't follow football, that's a whole bunch of yards.
Yeah, a lot of carries. He's one of those guys that thrives as the games goes on. So you see the way the referee signaled that the Impalas will receive. The Tigers will kick from the south end zone, a night where there's no breeze on the field. And we look down to that north end zone where the Impalas a little charged up already tonight with the senior night for all their athletes and from the band, the cheerleaders, and the twirler. Everybody on that sideline that's put their years in here at Poudre got recognized for the game.
And there's your Poudre Impalas. Again, just having meaningful games up here with some of these Fort Collins teams is really a big treat for French Field.
Playing in 5A football when you're one of the smallest groups of schools in the actual standings of the class.
Poudre especially, because they're one of the smaller ones in Fort Collins.
They were the last ones in 2 years ago when they do those measurements. They'll do this again after this school year to reset those. But they certainly have acquitted themselves well, a special senior class, and Coach McVicker's got them ready to play. And like I said, across the field with the Tigers, they're also 5-2, and Coach Braun brings a multiplayer attack up here, Randy. Several receivers you'll hear from tonight, 2 or 3 rushing, but 2 quarterbacks have had great statistics this year. We'll see how they go. Sundberg, number 3, looked like he was getting most of the snaps in the pregame.
So we play 4 12-minute quarters here in Colorado. Lakewood, Poudre, here's my partner, Mr. David Haase.
Poudre receiving out of that north end zone. Zach Leal stands on his own goal line. Left-footed kicker for Lakewood, right in the middle of the field to start it. Low driving kick. He'll be caught at about the 8-yard line by one of the upbacks. Makes a move to the outside. He's got a little bit of a lane, Randy. Takes it out past the 30. Good field position to start for the Impalas. They'll be led out of the gate right away by Troy McFadden, coming back from a bad ACL injury last year in the season. He's acquitted himself quite well this year. 7 touchdown passes to only 1 interception. Every coach will take that ratio, won't he?
Yes, and again, very efficient. And I would call him a game manager, but I think in high school that is a huge compliment, because he has managed this offense beautifully this year, having the top rusher and top receiver in the conference.
Well, and like I said, they're showing this is a special group of kids. They played together all the way through like so many do, but they're really clicking their senior year. Pistol formation to start with. 3-man front, but you got 9 in the box up there, for 8 in the box, for Lakewood. Erickson busts the outside and drags a pile, and right out of the gate, we see a penalty from the far side. I saw Lakewood Coach Braun clapping, so I'm pretty sure that's going to get the Impalas to start. Some nights just go like that, where the flags just start early, and I think they're going to probably call, it could be either a crack black or a hold right on that edge.
Yeah, I'm seeing yellow right now from last night, so.
Yeah, plenty of that. So holding on that corner, somewhere on the run to that outside left side of that line, and it will move them back. That's a spot foul, so it'll be first and about 18, back to the 23-yard line.
I want to welcome you if you're watching us on Facebook Live. Thank you so much. It's a new thing this year, so welcome if you're watching us on Facebook Live.
Single receiver here will split wide, near side to us, near the numbers. Erickson gives straight up the middle. Runs into a lot of orange helmets, didn't he?
Yes.
You'll look for tonight's defense. Lakewood, that's a good veteran team over there. A lot of players, and just as you say, how they're going to play that 3-man front. That means they're bringing a lot of linebackers, and you'll see Piero, number 22, averaging 11 tackles a game. And he's kind of basically coming from a strong safety position. He's back down towards the top, but several of the guys in that 6 to 7 range. So an active defense. That means they're getting to the ball. So second and about 18 now, just a gain of 1 there. Roll this side. He's got the man downfield. Leal's wide open on the edge. Just a step overthrown. The wheel route, Randy, they ran the little out and up. And Piero, he got over there, but he was actually late. Because that ball, if that had been on the money, he'd be crossing the end zone about right now. So that'll loosen you up early when you've got that kind of speed, knowing that I was a step slow on that one.
Yeah, and could have maybe put a little more air under it, too. Didn't have quite the loft, but, young man was running to his right when he made that throw, too, and threw it 40 yards down the field. So.
Yeah, got it up in the air. And say now we got actually a stoppage of play by the official on the far side. The timeout taken by Lakewood, Coach Braun. So timeout on the field, no score. You're watching Stream It Sports.
If this is how your bank sees the world, how do they see you? Be an individual at First Bank. Banking for good.
So we're back here now, 3rd and 18, I believe. What they have on the scoreboard, that looks about right.
They need to get to the 42-yard line. Actually passed it for the yard to gain. Stacked receivers both sides of the up and down the formation.
That was a unique timeout on that kind of.
Yeah, I think they found something they really want to stay away from. Ball was hit. It's going to be picked off. He was hit as he's trying to throw it, Randy. Didn't get anything on it. Still heading upfield. Got the sideline. Got the edge. One man to beat. He does.
He's going to do it.
That's a pick 6 of about 45 yards, 43 yards. McFadden, as he's trying to throw, he was hit. The ball had nothing on it. Just kind of flooded in the air. And a great turnaround by the defensive back. I believe it was the far side corner.
Try and get his number here. 18, I believe.
Yeah, he just took it and went. And
number 18.
Duong, and we talked about before the game, that's 12 interceptions, the 13th interception for the Tigers this year. That's a big number for a defense. That's 2 a game.
Yeah, and sometimes the interception isn't about the defensive back. In that case, it was about the. It was the
pressure.
Hit.
Yeah, the pressure on the quarterback coming out of coverage and taking it back. I mean, he showed a pretty good run on the way back too. That was a lot of open field ability there because he had to weave his way through. So a quick turnaround there as Poudre takes the ball and the interception goes back, puts them down 7-0 with 10:38 left here in the first quarter.
That's not the start Poudre wanted. So the pass before, they had a wide open receiver.
Yeah.
Was not able to complete it. Next pass had to make a deep pass because they were 3rd and 18. and did not have the time.
Dialed up the pressure, and it worked. Yeah, that's there's just nothing. And when you throw a ball like that, the defensive back sees it short before anybody else does, and he's already running the other direction. And Duong, he showed quite a lot of athletic ability on the return there. So just as a reverse, you'll see the Tigers kicking off again. Xavier Long, the sophomore, number 37, takes a short run at it, and he didn't get barely to the 10-yard line last time. This one's got a little more loft to it, drives it back near the goal line. Short, player can't actually step in there as long as the ball doesn't cross. Turns around, nice coverage though. Boy, knocked down at the 14-yard line, 13-yard line.
Not able to cut back.
Nope, they did a nice job of staying in their lanes. That's all about assignment when you're in kickoff, and you can't let a player like Leal get to the outside where he's definitely trying to get to. So right back out on the field, the offense for the Impalas.
Well, they got themselves in trouble with the holding call, so
yeah,
they'll go back now to their standard JT right, JT left.
Get a little bit of rhythm going on offense again. That's a good offensive line in front of them. Erickson straight up the middle, cuts left side, runs over a couple people.
My.
Yeah, that was a how you do. Welcome to Fort Collins to number 11, Apollo Espinoza, the senior linebacker.
Well, we credit him for getting in the way.
Oh
but,
no, that's what you got to do.
He slowed him down for the other guys, but he became part of the road, didn't he?
Yeah, you've got to be underneath that pad level, and Erickson does a great job of being low and running behind his pads. That's a tough place to be. So 2nd and 5, rolling right again. That time just kind of thrown away. They tried to run a little dart in and out pattern to Leal, and tell you, Duong was all over that. There was just nowhere to go, and I think McFadden did a good job. He put it in a spot where only Leal, maybe if he had a chance to dive, could have got to it. Third, still a manageable 5.
So I guess I have to say this. So far, he's done Poudre Duong, hasn't he?
Yes. I was just waiting for that. Didn't keep that in the holster long, did you?
Yeah, well, he's had a good start to this game, and
well, like I say, the leading tackler coming from a strong safety, he's a very active player.
Well, and he's right up on both corners are right up.
Well, they're doing a press there, and the safeties are starting to walk it off. They're doing it again. They've got basically 3 over the top here. Long out pattern, nice throw, great timing, caught, first down.
It's a big boy throw, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. And Leal sold it hard to the inside, and when Lakewood backed off in their coverage there, it's like it says, well, we know the out's going to be there because the defensive back's already retreating. He's got to honor the speed with Leal. So fullback now offset next to McFadden left. Still in the pistol, twins this side. ISO left side, Erickson outside, a lot of room to run. Just takes people, moves them out of the way, and made sure his own teammate got on the block there at the end, didn't he?
Yeah, we got to meet JT last night. He was there rooting on the.
Yeah, several football players there for the volleyball game last night.
Yeah, senior night came up, and so if you want to go back and watch that, had him on air for a little bit, him and Leal.
Yep.
So go back and watch that game. Boulder ended up winning it, but what a match we had last night.
It certainly was. Blitz coming for the Tigers on the far side, but then they actually ran away from it.
He was about one tackle away from running away from a lot of things right there.
Well, it's that feast or famine, because if you're going to blitz from the outside, you better slide down. That whole line better go to the left there. And he almost, like you said, he was about half a step from being out in the open. So 2 first downs there, settling down, getting into that rhythm of that offense again. Trying to play basically power football. That 3-man line up front, those linebackers are really going to come up and make a play. Good fake to Erickson. Fadden out here easily. Hits Leal, just slides out of bounds near midfield.
Leal's had a quiet, good senior season, you know.
Weston Lee on the tackle for the Tigers.
Big touchdown last week against Legend.
Well, that woke him up. Got that offense back in rhythm, didn't it? Yep. Stribley and Leal here near side of us. Leal stacked behind. give left side. Erickson stumbles, trying to get that edge. He does, turns it upfield. We're going to get a holding call on that edge out there, and I don't know about that one.
And I think what they're saying is anytime it's a run on the edge, there's going to probably be a holding.
Well, that was, I know who they're flagging, and nobody got spun around. He just drove him to the edge, but the headlines on the far side, those got a view. If you got a hold of Jersey, that's not a helpful spot either. He threw the flag back about 3 more yards, and he's going to send him back.
Yeah. Can you say arbitrary?
Yeah, that was. That's his call.
Yep. Well, he saw what he saw.
Well, and we talk about that every week. It is so tough to block out in the open because you're not hiding the tackle to tackle, and if you just get a hand out of place or grab, you want to make that play. You're trying to do everything you can to keep that player occupied, and that one was just a little too much. So 2nd 11 after the penalty. So Lakewood staying with that 3-4 defense. They're still getting pressure. McFadden kind of stepped up in the pocket when he didn't really need to there, and double coverage downfield on Leal.
They figured that out pretty quick, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, he was the deep route player, but it's right now, if you're Lakewood, and if you can get pressure on McFadden by rushing just 3, being blocked by 5, actually 6 because they kept the fullback in there, that's not going to be a good sign for the Impalas. I look for a quarterback draw or just a draw play there because their linebackers, as soon as he picks that ball up in the air like it's a pass play, they're bailing out pretty quickly. That's, like I said, that's respect for Leal and their downfield receivers. So 3rd and about 13 after a loss of a couple. Bringing 4. Flip pass out to Erickson. He's got 3 men right in front of him and just nowhere to go. That's a nice job out there by Weston Lee, number 23, got to his legs, and then Duong, 22, came and made a play and just finished off the tackle. Nowhere to go. So the Impalas kind of sputtered after a couple of
well, I'm trying to figure out that call because it was Erickson and then just 3 defenders. There was no blockers out there.
Yeah, they're trying to really bring him up. That's part of it. When they're only rushing 4, they're dropping 7. Punt straight up in the air, fair catch called. They're going to call it. They're not going to call it. Not really. A chance for. They
fumbled
didn't
it, but part of the problem was nobody was yelling ball. I mean, some of the fans were, but you didn't see anybody on the field really.
I think he got to it pretty quickly himself. That was a fairly short punt. I think only punt about 20 yards. 25, I think, if I'm doing the numbers right. Yeah, because they needed to get to about midfield for first down.
This is kind of how the game started last week with Legend.
Yeah, get out of the gate. Yeah, you're
7.
right. So out for first snaps, Sundberg, Ezekiel talked about his stats.
I wonder if any of these teams know what a huddle is anymore.
Pretty rare, isn't it? 5-man line, fake Sundberg right up the middle. And as far as touches on the football this year, Sundberg 53 for 92 for 770 yards, but also 84 carries for 450 yards. So he's accounted for about 1,300 yards.
And he doesn't look a bit over $140, does he?
That might be generous.
He's got something going for him, doesn't he?
Yeah,
He's either quicker than you know what, or
yeah, obviously very quick. So the senior, twins both sides, running back set to his side. Fake the jet sweep, screen pass, tipped away. Well, Weston Mayer had looked the end zone, didn't he?
Oh, man.
The big fella was going up for that, read it really well. That's the senior experience there, wasn't it?
Yeah, his only problem that he'll go back and think about that a few nights is if he'd have just popped it in the air, but he popped it too far away and he couldn't catch it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Defensive line and tip drill aren't really things that happen a lot. So
no.
As good of an athlete as he is, that was a great play. 3rd and long now.
Awesome play.
Trips the top of your screen. One receiver here near side.
He had visions, though.
Slot pass, fire down the middle, first down. Boy, I tell you what.
Now we see what that $140 is.
Yeah, that's a whip arm, isn't it? And just as a flashback for you and I, Randy, Weston Mayer, when he was playing as a 7th grader for a undefeated Wellington team, he came up here, and we talked to him and a couple of his teammates at halftime. So
wow.
that was several years ago, more than you and I want to count, but now he's out here, 3-year starter, 2 ways for the Impalas.
I don't even remember how I got to the field today, so I don't know how you remember.
Trips again on top here.
Dandy Don Meredith.
That's right. Pulling him out of nowhere. Snap. Fake the give up there. He's got the outside. He's got an edge. Across the 35 to the 40 to about to the 40-yard line. 45 on in.
So now
showing pretty good speed.
After about 4 plays, we see what Lakewood's game is now.
Yep.
Blazing speed. And
that's a speed game, as you said. Seco, excuse me, S-A-K-E-O, A-U. That's just a straight speed play, as you said. He got to the outside. Got some nice blocks on the edge. Talk about some of those Impalas up front there, too. Mayer, 54. Getting drowned out by the band here. Nice job by the Poudre band. Talk about Mayer making that play a little bit ago. Talk about some of the other guys up front when we got a moment. Fake, rolls out the right side. Getting pressure from behind by Leal. Takes a pop, and boy, is almost picked off. Nice job downfield by the Impalas. McVicker, 24 on the play. Rambler down there, 19. And along with number 14 at corner, Caden Oliver. Oliver had the pick 6 last week that kind of finished off the legend team, didn't he?
Yes. And, Lakewood's 5-2 playing down in Denver, so they're used to winning and they're used to competing.
Yeah.
They compete at a high level.
So 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Sunberg under center.
Don't see that very often either.
Whoa, dangerous, nice hands by Seco over there. He still step away from tackles. Mayer drags him down. Because that was just a fake dive on there, and it's the old quick pitch, and it hit him in that right shoulder pad as he's going away. That was a pretty good hand just to keep that from being a disaster. I do like those plays, and that showed some athleticism from Sunberg there with that left-handed pitch, didn't it?
Yeah, and then dangerous, but if you can do it,
oh yeah,
it's very effective.
First down yardage.
First down.
Inside the 30-yard. Pass, little bubble screen to the outside. Poudre's getting in front of him. They're going to gain about 4 on it.
But you'll take it.
Yeah, long handoff basically. I liked how at the end of that play there were eight blue jerseys over there, Randy. That tells you your defense is flying around.
And this is one of the few nights where we can pretty much see the numbers on both uniforms.
Yeah.
Also, good job to our photojournalist, Abby Block.
Yeah. Makes us look a lot better, doesn't it? Will McBride, 53 out there. Weston Mayer, 54, as we talked about before. And some of the other players up front, we'll keep bringing those to you. Michael Scott, 44. Very veteran team. Give straight up the middle and going nowhere.
No.
That guy's a pretty solid. I think Carter Finch just basically lined him up, didn't he, and put him straight down. Along with McBride on the tackle. So 3rd and 7 now. They need to get inside the 20-yard line. Motion. Jet sweep coming this left side. First down yardage. Well, you talk about they're really a speed team right now in the rush, aren't they?
Yeah, every person who's touched the ball so far, that's what they are.
Yeah, they're running through it. That was Graham Bigham, 15 there on that jet sweep. So the Impalas need to stop here. Already trailing 7-0 after the pick 6 early in this first quarter. 2:46 to play. But Lakewood on the drive. Straight give up the middle to Seco. Nowhere to go. Maybe a yard and a half, 2. right now, Randy, Poudre's playing it pretty honest. I haven't seen a blitz, had anything really on the change, on how they're trying to move anybody upfield. Clock still running. Right at 2 minutes to play here in the first. Motion again. Fake the jet sweep. Sundberg straight quarterback draw. Bounces off a couple tackles. Goes downfield near the 10. So Sundberg showing that burst that obviously if you got 450 yards from that position and the 700 yards throwing, there's a pretty good athlete there. Right now, if you're the Impalas, you'd love to just hold these guys to a field goal attempt, wouldn't you?
Yeah, like I said, the pick six to start, that's a tough one to swallow because you don't want to get in a situation where you can't run Erickson.
Turns you upside down if you get down by 14 here now. Like I say, it's still a long game, but you've got to show that you can move the ball again here. Another quarterback draw. Sundberg spills right up the middle. Actually, he just gets tripped. Wasn't tackled near the 6-yard line.
Well, he hits it so quick, and he's so skinny he could almost just slide through, and I'm not sure anybody'd know.
Yeah. Substitutions, Stillwagon coming back in along with Salinas, 34. Getting a little bit bigger. Goal to go now for the Tiger offense. Finch on that tackle for the last time for the Impalas there. They say, here's that time you need that stop. Still in the pistol formation. Keegan Hufford right next to Sundberg in the backfield. Slant pass in the middle. Nice job by the defensive back. Oh, no. Oh, I don't like that call. I mean, they both turned, but the defensive back had already jumped the inside position. And you can't go through them. Well, doesn't matter, the call's made. You can't go through the man, but he wasn't going for the ball. They were both going to the same spot, and he was already occupying it. So I'll bring my bias right to the front and say I don't like the call because the defensive back broke with him. And if he runs into the defensive back, that's on the receiver, not the defensive back.
Yeah, I think they just saw collision and collision ball.
Yeah, and flag.
Yeah.
So moves the ball to the 4-yard line, just inside the 4, first down again, though, more importantly for the Tigers. So 2 running backs flanking Sundberg now in the backfield. Poudre bringing some pressure this time. Fumble on the ground. Sundberg got to it. And I like the pressure came in there. Mayer right in there applying it, but the fumble forced, and Sundberg was just lucky to get it back.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he did. There was 2 guys right on him.
Yeah. So loss about 5 on the play, about pretty much erases the penalty, doesn't it? Second and 10 now to go.
Being superstitious a bit. That's
yes.
That's going to be the last play of the first quarter. So a pick 6 is all we've got for scoring so far in this quarter. Poudre Impalas are trailing 7-0 to the Lakewood Tigers. We'll be back after this message.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
So you see there a nice TV screen that Poudre uses to...
The way the game is played these days.
Yep, you got to come over and look at what you did. And what they've done so far is they have not scored. Doesn't really take a TV screen to see that, but they might see...
Give themselves an edge here a little bit later, but what they're doing right now is Lakewood's been on the field for the most part in that first quarter with their offense. Poudre's offense had 2 first downs, but just couldn't continue it.
Well, they've had 2 big holding calls and an interception.
Yeah. And then they've had a couple penalties on defense. So Sunberg back to throw, looks to his left, got a man out on the edge, touchdown, Lakewood. Just a great pass, driven the defensive back inside, and he fired. That's a pretty good arm for, like I said, the more arm than you see as you look at him just physically, really steps into it with nice form.
And Lakewood's come in by far more sharp than Poudre at this point.
Yeah.
And you know, the difference is, you know, Poudre had a little time to kind of get things going against Legend. At this point now, you're already down 13,
down
getting
2
ready
scores
to be 14.
early second quarter, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have to get sharp pretty quick.
Certainly not a panic time, but you've got to go down and show that your offense can stay on the field for a little while. Follow up, and the kick is good by Hufford. So we'll be right back after that score. You're watching Stream It Sports.
You're watching PSD High School Sports live in high definition on Stream It Sports NoCo.
And we have an Impala sighting, a mascot sighting, and pretty good night for that, I would say.
We get a chance a little bit later when there are baton twirlers out there. We got a little bit of a story to talk about there with a very accomplished Poudre student.
Yes,
we show them as they get going.
For 2 or 3 years, and
there's a lot of athletes doing things out here just besides playing football, aren't there?
Yes.
So Leal with a chance back now to make a spark in the Poudre sideline. Big crowd here tonight, nice turnout. Nice job by a couple hundred over across the way by Lakewood. For those of you who didn't make it, you're watching us on Stream It Sports. Thanks for tuning in. David Haase along with Randy McCoy. Abby Block is our camera operator for this evening. The incomparable Abby.
Last game of the year for her, so.
Kick high into the air, short, taken about the 4-yard line. Getting off of blocks, though, right away. And I'll tell you what, that's a really good play heading down the field and making that tackle by Tristan Mullins.
Well, and, you know, Lakewood's game is speed, Leal's speed, so he has not been able to turn the burners on yet. And
yeah, well, and that play right there, that was somebody who just shook a block and made a really nice tackle, staying low on a very quick player. So, can the Impalas now get a little bit of rhythm back in that offense, Randy? We saw 2 first downs, but then mistakes, as you said, limited them and had to have a punt. So they need to take one down the field.
I think I'd make them stop Mr. Erickson before I put the ball in the air again. You know, I mean, you got it at some point, but
McFadden on the run, and we talked about that. I thought that's going to be a play that's open against that 3-man front. Those linebackers are 5 yards deep. And McFadden.
That's about what he got.
Yeah, McFadden's going to, they've got to come to you. And if you just get at one angle, about a long 4 there, got it out to about the 24-yard line.
They did a lot of things with that one play. They showed him, you know, the sweep, the jet sweep, and they also did something besides Erickson. So, pretty good call.
2nd down, 6, left ISO for Erickson. Drives forward, but everybody keyed on him with that play up the middle.
And I guess everybody else thought the same thing I thought, huh?
Yeah, well, and as of right now, I'd say that with that 3-4, Erickson takes the ball out of the shotgun. He's 4 or 5 yards deep. And if all their linebackers are coming forward, I'm looking for them to pull that pass out and try to find your tight end, find somebody over the middle. This is a single high safety, but they're going to leave. If you're going to bail from there, you're going to leave a void somewhere. Blitz coming strong side. McFadden rolling out. He's got a lot of room to run. He's got a man over in the far corner, but actually just overthrows him out of bounds. That one just got away.
Probably could have run for the first down.
Had a very good chance at it, I think, yeah. So Poudre back in another punt formation, and they're going to have to move that ball. I mean, you have to have a good punt just to get past the 50-yard line.
And probably needing their defense to step up now and
make
create a turnover or
yeah.
something.
Yep.
kind of get some life. Lakewood's coming here and put the fans on their hands. And
yeah. McFadden's punt, good end over end kick, drives him back to the 40-yard line. Gets one block on the outside, tackled near midfield.
I don't think he ever went down, but they called him down.
Yeah, I got a whistle there. It's a pretty good spot he got out of it, too. His knee was down, I guess the ball marked forward. So it'll be 1st and 10, pretty much right at the midfield as you see the Poudre School District logo out there. Chance for the Impalas now slow down this Tiger offense. It wasn't they did anything big play, did they, Randy? They just kind of wore them down. Just nice play calling, some variety in how they moved it downfield. Several players touched the ball. As I said, they've got 6 players with several catches. So everybody gets an opportunity offense.
Well, and they're kind of unique in the fact that they're not big, but they're really quick.
Yeah.
If you're not used to that, there's the quarterback who just jumped over everybody.
Showed some serious wheels there, getting to the outside and gets the first down numbers. But he took off, you're right, he did. He hurdled somebody on the ground, which is always exciting, but sometimes you're going to be up in the air and you're going to be the marked target. Poudre rotating down lineman in and out. Trying to stay fairly fresh up front. Like I said, Lakewood doesn't huddle. They certainly spend a lot of time near the line of scrimmage, though, waiting for the call in.
Yeah, they might as well huddle.
Now they got set. Now they didn't. Okay, I didn't think so. They had 2 men in motion at the same time, the near side slot and the far side, who did go in motion. And you've got to come set. You've got, if you can have both out there.
He tried, but the center snapped the ball. So,
well, and as a result of the play, they're moving him back, but Coach McVicker was declining it. They're going to call it a down play. They caught him up there, and with the flags and the whistles, if I was Lakewood, I'd be. You got to tell you guys play on through, don't you? Because they heard the whistles and the flags right away. They stopped, and Coach McVicker, alertly said, "Okay, they stopped. We're going to take the play." So a loss of a couple brings up 2nd and about 13.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Yeah, they went ahead and ran the play. 9.5 left here in the first half. 14-0. Lakewood leads there on Poudre's half the field. Trips here to the near sideline. Poudre bringing the blitz. Sundberg takes it downfield. He's got a man wide open, and he's going to walk into the end zone. What a throw by Sundberg.
Well, and what a. I mean, you want to call separation. That's separation.
Well, and that is
that
13 on the catch here. Yeah, I think that's almost a coverage mistake because there was certainly a bite, and he was 10, 15 yards away. And then Sundberg, I'll tell you what, for size of the kid we talked about before, we got to quit saying that. But boy, what an arm he has.
Yeah. Well, we knew he had something, or he wouldn't be out on the field.
Yeah, and throw the yardage he has. Hufford on the PAT here drives it through. So a quiet French field on this side. 21-0 out here early with 9:13 left in the half. Lakewood's controlling the game. Just when I say they haven't had the big play.
Give us number 13's name on that.
Lakewood. Luke Carlson.
Yeah. Great job. Great job not dropping the ball. We've seen a lot of those this year that they don't follow through and catch the ball.
I thought it was 15 on the catch at first, but we'll give it to Jester. But either way, it was the pass was right on the money. Never broke stride. Laid it right in his hands like a loaf of bread.
Want to make sure we let the Lakewood fans know who's doing what.
Yeah, if we need to correct that, we'll find that out at halftime. Beautiful night here at French Field. Thanks for tuning in to Streaming Sports. You have a chance to see one of our sponsors, First Bank, Schrader Oil, and Pedersen Toyota. Find them on Twitter, find them on Facebook. Thank them for helping us bring you high school athletics here in Colorado. So in looking to find a play, squib kick. Bounces around, picked up at the 20-yard line. Couple moves, he got the edge, out past the 40.
And no
nice
flags.
return there. Dylan McVicker picked it up and took it down the edge, took it straight north and south, didn't he?
Yeah, and what I was going to say is right now this game looks, Poudre looks like they're kind of, the game's a little big for them. And, you come into a big game, a big conference game, you have, as big a game as they've probably played in a few years.
Well, they're not solving the defense in front of them right now. This that three-man line, the slow developing plays, Lakewood's eating them up. Dribbling motion across the formation. Kept by McFadden again. That's what I think we're going to have to see more of. Spins away, past first down yardage. Because if you're going to key on Erickson that much, like Legend did last Saturday, Randy, they're going to try to find him. You've got to make somebody else, make those linebackers play honest. McFadden did the right thing there too. He found that gap and just accelerated through it, didn't he?
Yeah, that was a good play.
1st and 10 now, 45-yard line of the Lakewood Tigers. Now they got everybody up on the line. A lot of movement in Lakewood's defense. Blitz coming. Got the easy out over here. Nice throw and catch. Leo, barely stepped out of bounds. Because if he'd have snuck around that corner, that safety was in no man's land, wasn't he?
Yeah, he might have he'd have had an opportunity at least.
With Zach Leal, I think I'd take that every time. Get him in the open field and somebody running at him. He's an ankle breaker. But a nice throw from McFadden there. Like I said, they picked up the blitz. Good first down call. Got it out of his hands right away. Trips to the top of your screen. Blitz coming again. And they're just filling every gap. Kind of reminds me what I think we're going to get a face mask call here.
It's kind of late for a hold, but
yeah, I think somebody grabbed him by the headgear. Yeah, that's even JT saying the same thing to the sideline. And that, which for Lakewood's too bad because he wasn't going anywhere. But what Lakewood's doing right now, Randy, is kind of what Rocky did earlier to Poudre too. They filled every gap and brought there and see if you can beat him past one. So big foul. And a break that, a little bit of momentum.
So is that 2,000 or is that the 15-yard type of?
That's the personal foul where they're marking it. Got to go back to the line of scrimmage. Everybody's out there trying to do their math. Here we're going to get the signal again now.
Yeah, they got phone.
Yeah.
Microphone's not working.
Yeah. And then a personal foul on top of it. So that'll take it there.
So they...
yeah, the personal foul takes them all the way down.
They grabbed the face mask and they pulled it, basically. It's probably what happened.
Exactly. So ball marked all the way down to the 16-yard line. Put some life back into the sideline here. Give those kids a chance. They need to say some rhythm moving the ball there. A couple short passes, but boy, I still see McFadden running the ball as a big weapon here early. Fake again. McFadden does pull it out. Left side, he's got a blocker. Driving downfield, just puts his head down inside the 5-yard line. Yeah, they're following Erickson around like you expect them to. And those linebackers, all you take is one false step. You got to honor Erickson with his fake, don't you?
Well, you do because he's run through those lines before too. But Lakewood's done a good job of neutralizing him.
Yeah, they've filled about every gap. When they're bringing 6 or 7 there, it's tough. You can't block that many. But they're committing that many inside.
The boy got one-on-one up on the top.
They sure do, don't they? Erickson running sweep right. He's going to turn upfield, steps in, upended about the 1-yard line. Boy, he saw the goal line, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Nice job by, we don't know who, but tripped him up.
Somebody got down.
He almost fell into the...
Yep.
And Erickson with 20 touchdowns. He knows where the end zone is, doesn't he?
Yeah. Satterfield next to the quarterback as like a side fullback. Give left side of the line. Easily in the end zone that time. So that time the line just caved him in. And I like the play calling that drive. I like the way the kids executed, obviously, and brought it back into the game here. Point pending. Can bring it back to a 2-score game.
And what I liked about JT Erickson right there. Instead of just putting his head down and going through the middle, he kept his head up, and he went around a couple of blocks. You know, a couple of those, he just put his head down and tried to go in the hole. Well, they're in the hole there.
McFadden, who's pretty much everything for the Paulus, gets the PAT. 21-7 now Lakewood, and see if that puts that spark back into their defense too. They can get off the field, you get a chance for one more score. Great shot there, sideline, Erickson. Come over, you get off your feet, get ready for the next drive. You might be called out there quicker than you ever always think, but coaches get right into it, and everybody's, what we just happened, what are we going to work on, what are we going to do more?
And young man's got some thighs, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, that's not many
there's a lot of tacklers that's felt those thighs this year, haven't they?
Well, part of the reason why. So McFadden also does the kickoff besides the PAT.
Probably washes the uniforms, and
I don't know if you drove the bus here, but there's kind of a do
great
everything.
Great family. As I've mentioned before, coached them a couple of years in basketball and middle school.
So they break their kickoff huddle. Lakewood widens out to match 2. And kind of a pooch kick up in the air, caught at the 28-yard line. But unfortunately, they're going to get out past the 40 spin move, still on his feet, still going, dragged down. Big field position there. I think it was just try to kick it up in the air and see if they can get down and make a play. But unfortunately for the
quickness
Impalas,
of Lakewood again.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those, if you don't get that ball really high in the air, because he only took about a 2-step drop, so you know wasn't trying to drive it that far.
Well, you know what they say, speed kills, and so far that's the story of Lakewood.
Difference in the game, you're right. Just a little quicker on offense than Poudre is on defense so far.
Even in that play, you know, a lot of times you'll see that play stop for no gain and that end up being a 15-yard return.
Well, first and 10, 45-yard line now. Trips this near side. Looking downfield, fires the ball out here. Man makes one tackle miss. Downfield past the 40 into the 35-yard line. And then we got a substitution at quarterback now, too, for the Tigers.
Well, he had forever to throw. That's the first thing.
Yep.
And
it's Hawley, the junior.
Missed tackle would have been gain of maybe 5.
Yeah, Pierce Hawley, the junior, in at quarterback now, as I talked about. It's kind of a two-headed monster. They've got 2 guys with great stats so far this year throwing the ball. Hawley already thrown for 711 yards and 6 touchdowns before this game. And picked up about 20 there, didn't they? Give right side. That's a way to fill the
28 there.
Fill the hole, come up there and make a play and finish off the tackle. Miguel Arellano for the Impalas. So loss of 1 on the play. And they need a few more like that, don't they?
Yeah. The defense is not in the groove yet.
Well, they're just the outside speed, as you said before, they're having trouble matching up with that.
Well, we saw that displayed on, missing the one-on-one tackle out here. It just, offense was just quicker.
Yep.
It's happened to all of us, whiffing on a tackle, but.
Yeah, especially in the open area. Another quick bubble screen outside, complete. Nice open field tackle down there in the secondary by Stribling, but still a gain of 5. So you can see why that Coach Braun's got 2 quarterbacks he can play out there. That's another impressive arm.
Well, if you get, they're a public school, you get who you get. You got 2 good quarterbacks, you ought to try to play them. A lot
up 21-7. That's a great time to do it. He's obviously already proven 6 touchdown passes and
kind of a change of pace too. 3rd and 5, big for Poudre right here.
4:57 left in the half. Low snap. Hawley picks it up though, finds a gap, gets spun around. Not enough for the first down, short of about by 3 yards.
But
nice
4 down
tackle.
territory for sure, I would think.
Yep.
They ain't punting and they ain't gonna kick no field goal from there either.
No. I think the tackle that time was by Finch. That was like I say, that was a very good open field tackle there because he had room to go, didn't he?
See if these fans get into this. 21-7. They're kind of getting back in. They're kind of waiting to see if they stop them on this drive.
That's a big fourth down play right here. Snap looks by the outside, but we got flags before the snap.
No, timeout.
Well, I got a flag here in the near sideline. Calling timeout Lakewood.
Oh, they were going to get a delay of game.
And they saved themselves the 5 yards from that. You're right. So timeout on the field by Lakewood. Preserve that yardage to gain.
Coach McVicker is not
he tried.
tremendously happy about that either. But either way, we'll take a break here. Score 21-7. Lakewood ahead of Poudre. You're watching Stream It Sports.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota.
All right, back here. Big fourth down play for the Impala defense after the timeout. Holly back to throw, trying to find a quick slot. Man's got him. Just past the sticks. And just a stop pattern right between the linebacker and the corner. Just
Most
a nice
basic
throw.
of plays. And
yeah.
what I appreciate about that is so many times you see that play and the receiver doesn't go far enough for the first down. So
you line up, you find the spot you need, plus a step, and you get there, and he just stopped, and Holly got it out of his hands quickly. So 1st and 10 now, ball on the 23-yard line.
And Poudre's really got to stop them on this drive,
Yeah,
whether they get the ball back or not.
Throws, looks to his left, pressure on him. He's got a man in the end zone looking downfield. Caught for a touchdown by, it was.
Well, there's no.
I don't see the flag. Is he going to step out of bounds first? They're going to mark him short. The back judge made the call, though, touchdown.
Yeah, no. I was going to say, I don't see a
The
official
linesman,
down there.
Yeah, the back judge made the call as he looked over to make sure he wasn't stepping out of bounds.
So as soon as I say they can't afford to give up a touchdown, they throw just a perfect throw.
That was a great fade pattern.
He was guarded.
Yep. Yeah, Cowden there, number
about
88.
as good as you could guard somebody.
Yeah, that defender turned around and looked, but it was on the outside shoulder. Huffer drives in another PAT. I guess the one bright spot about that, 3.5 minutes left, you can come back and score.
The thing about football is if you execute your offense well, the defense most of the time can't stop it, and that's the case on that touchdown.
Yeah, a great route and a really, really good throw, especially at the high school level. And say the defensive back was right there, right on the jersey, but outside shoulder and a good catch.
Sometimes you got to tip your hat, and that's one of those catches you wouldn't really even expect from a high school quarterback. Very impressive two-headed monster, these two quarterbacks so far.
No, that's a wealth of most teams don't have.
So Lakewood has come up here, completely quieted the crowd here, and Poudre a little shell-shocked here.
To start off the pick six, and like I said, they've gotten down. They still have plenty of time, but their defense has got to shut them down. And so far, you can't say after giving up 21 points on defense, that's a tough call to make.
That's in a quarter and a half, too. They didn't score on offense the first half of the first quarter, so they have not had an answer for the Lakewood offense.
See if one of these Impalas can step on special teams and make that big play. Last time McVicker took the short kick and took it down. This one's going to be driven. Actually, pretty good kick there. That's going to get to the end zone.
Wow, 2 steps.
Yep. Pretty good drive.
That is that's a leg right there.
Yeah, it really is. Just got it there. So right now, basically, you can say that it's look for some more. There's plenty of time to get it downfield. 3.5 minutes, and they still have 3 timeouts left. So,
but you know what Lakewood's done? They've kind of taken J.T. Erickson's running the inside away in this game right now because they've got to score a couple of touchdowns fairly quick.
Yeah. Yeah, unless you're going to take it up the middle and go quite a ways, you've got to do something with it.
And we've seen him break it up the middle for a long run.
Option play, give Erickson straight up the middle. Gain of about 3. And I like to see if they get up on the line of scrimmage here. You need to get plays called. Time to move your. I mean, like I say, you need to be running a play here with about less than 15 seconds. You want to stay on the field. Obviously, you don't put your defense right back out there, but need to get away from your goalposts. Snap, mishandled, grab though. That time the ball just sailed. I don't think McFadden ever had the ball in his hands securely. He knew he had a timing pattern to throw, Randy. Snap was low and he kind of bobbled it.
Well, you know as well as I do, when you come out and a team like takes it to you real quick, all of a sudden you're not relaxed. You're rushing things or you're
pressing a little.
You're pressing, and so far this whole first half, I think that's what Troy.
Yeah,
he's had several that he's flown way over, something like that, and we haven't really seen that all year.
So 3rd and 7 now. Pretty big play here. Certainly don't want to give it back to Lakewood. Got the man down, Stribling downfield here. And a great climbing catch. Boy, he went up at the high point and grabbed it. 41-yard line of the Tigers. And a really nice throw from McFadden. Settled down, got his feet under him, and just dropped it into Stribling's hands. And the safety was right there. The safety, though, didn't see the ball coming in and didn't make a play on it. Stribling just got vertical, didn't he?
Yeah, but it was another where, the defense wasn't bad on it.
No.
He was right there, but you got to turn around and see the ball.
Excellent effort by Stribling going up and getting that big play. Biggest offensive play of the half. Another low snap. McFadden still looking, trying to go back to Stribling. He's got him short, getting out of bounds, and he did.
So they've seen something over there on the...
Well, they're pushing the coverage downfield there. They're giving a lot of cushion, that's for sure. And that's a good for about another 15. 2:38 to play. No need to be in a hurry here. Twins, both sides of the field. Leal and Stribling here on the near side, stacked. No linebackers. Basically, they're right up there giving it away. Linebacker now blitzing. McFadden on the option to the right side. He's got a man out in front of him. Leal the block. Oh, if that had been one of those, Randy, or if I don't know if that play was designed for an option pitch, because Leal, the relationship, he was too far away. But behind the line of scrimmage, he could have shoveled to him either way.
Still got 5 on this.
Oh yeah, no, it wasn't like it was an unsuccessful play. But boy, you had Leal really making the speed, and as McFadden kind of bounced there, if he could option that on out to him, he had a lot more room. 2nd and a long 5, need to get inside about the 13-yard line for the first.
And Leal on a slant here would...
Got it out to him in the open field, but just quickly run down by McVicker, and Duong on the tackle.
That's 22,
Yep.
I believe. I think Duong was 18.
Nope, yeah, you're right, Piero on the tackle there. Piero, another one of the leading tacklers. That was just a good open field tackle.
Yeah, that was a great tackle.
Play recognition there. 1:17 left here to play. A little bit of urgency, 3rd and 3. Fad back, blitz coming, and we're going to get a fake. They're going to call off. That's the offensive pass interference. That one's coming back.
Not sure he needed to, but he did.
Yeah, you saw the separation, and the defensive back that was not a hard call for the back judge to make.
Yeah, there was a reason he was that open.
McFadden's still on the ground, too. He stood there and took a pop. So instead of 3rd and 3, yeah, you want to. You sometimes you want to do it, and then defensive backs will step away from you at times.
Well, if an official sees the arms extend and then separation, kind of whether you did it or not, you're going to get that call.
Yeah, just like an offensive foul in basketball. If your elbow straightens out,
yeah, you're probably guilty. So there's a timeout by Poudre. They're going to talk about this. 28-7, Lakewood coming in and really running roughshod over these Poudre Impalas. I want to talk a little bit about this young lady that's twirling the baton down there. We have been watching her for about 2 or 3 years. Her name is Maggie O'Grady. And
just her accomplishments.
Yeah, she was in the Nationals in Indiana for first place in the nation in World Open events. I'm not sure what year that was, but we watched her. Such a talented young lady. I haven't known her name. She's a senior. This is our last broadcast with her, and I wanted to make sure that we gave her some props. So that's Maggie O'Grady, senior, and
off to school, and
she wants to find a cure for multiple sclerosis.
Yeah, she wants to be a neurologist. That's so we're talking about a pretty good student there too.
Yeah, she is. So anyway, God bless you, Maggie. She's done a great job. We've enjoyed watching her down there. Not every school has.
That's the talent, isn't it?
Yeah, somebody like that.
Boy, nice setup here at Squayton. Oh, and Satterfield didn't have time to look around. McFadden had to get rid of it. It would have been really set up because the blitzer came for Lakewood across the way. Oh, and they need to help that young man out here.
Well, him and McFadden.
Yeah. Oh, I see him. He's actually staggering. I think he hit his head. That's Noah Ladd, who came on the senior linebacker. He came flying in, and he might have got something in his eye. You got these little particles from the field here. It's that crushed tire. And but boy, that play was set up. He blew it up, but McFadden showing some athleticism, turned around through it. But Satterfield, I didn't see. He didn't have time to turn around and know the ball was in the air. And it just fell incomplete.
Well, we're going to go ahead and take a break here while they minister to him, and we will be back. You're watching Stream Sports.
Yeah, it's his face.
Minute 4 left here, and young man got good cares off the
Noah Ladd there.
now.
He made it off, and they're paying attention to an eyeball up there. But meanwhile, back on the field, 4th down and long for the Impalas. They're going to go for it as you expect. Fadden fires down the man. He's got the wide open on the edge. Just overthrown. Oh, that was 6. Ramler out there on the far sideline, Randy. Just the timing wasn't there.
He could have made up for
Yeah. That would have been something else, because that would have taken you in with a touchdown right before half. And he had him too. Just didn't connect.
You get these big games against these good teams, you've got to hit, if you want to stay in these games.
Well, that's the difference. Long pass going south.
Yeah,
Tigers hit it in stride.
Yeah.
And right there, that one's a miss. It's just a game of inches.
Well, the one to Leal on the first.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That was another 6. So, and, Poudre can't afford just to trade touchdowns. You're already 21 down.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you score, you've got to stop them. And I'll guarantee you Lakewood's going to come out and try to score in 58 seconds.
Well, you've got to honor that. And there's been no pressure on the quarterback pretty much for this first half.
Well, especially this new quarterback,
Holly.
He stood there and
firing strikes.
Had lunch and everything.
Bounce to the outside. Here comes the Impala zone. Nowhere to go. He does a good job of getting down in bounds.
Well, now if you're Lakewood, that clock can't move fast enough.
Yeah. Gain of about a yard for Seacow there. Just 41 seconds left.
But I'll tell you what I would be doing if I was Lakewood. I'd lull him to sleep right there.
Oh, I'd take a shot.
I'd take a shot because
Poudre's they're still showing 3 timeouts left up there and kind of content to let it run down. And they're going to take a look downfield. Holly's stepping around, though, and he's going to be dumped.
First time.
Yeah. Weston Mayer comes in and says, no, you're not going to stand there that long. This time I'm taking you down myself. Showing that footwork you get from wrestling. He spun around the entire tackle there and just ran him down.
Both teams are content to let this one run out. So there you have it, folks. First half dominated by the Lakewood Tigers, 28-7. And in some ways it wasn't that close, really, but Poudre had opportunities.
Yep.
Have just not been able to execute. So anyway, here's a word from our sponsors, and we'll be back with the second half after a bit.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
Great news! We broke our all-time sales record, and it's all thanks to my nephew, Skylar.
Bro, it's Sky.
After my brother made me hire Sky, I switched us to First Bank to make up for him. Now business is better than ever.
No matter the reason, switching to First Bank can help your business grow.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
Great news! We broke our all-time sales record, and it's all thanks to my nephew, Skylar.
Bro, it's Sky.
After my brother made me hire Sky, I switched us to First Bank to make up for him. Now business is better than ever.
No matter the reason, switching to First Bank can help your business grow.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes, just shiny clean.
You're watching PSD High School Sports live in high definition on Stream It Sports NoCo.
We're back here now, ready to start the third quarter. Poudre will be kicking off after about as tough a first half as we've seen this group have, Randy. Speed and execution on the side of Lakewood. You know, neither team did a lot of damage up the middle. Both had some success, but the outside passing game and downfield by Lakewood really a story, and then the pick six to start the game off. It's taken Poudre out of their game, hasn't it?
It has, and I can tell you, and Poudre's inability to complete the long pass, Lakewood's going to give it to them until they show them they can do it. They can complete it.
Take the 15-yard line, breaks it up the outside, gets past the 35. So a decent field position starting off.
And here's your ball game right here, this first drive. If Poudre can hold them to a 3 and out or even 6, but if Lakewood goes down, runs off 4 or 5 minutes and scores, it's going to be really hard.
Yeah, it's tough to come back as it is, and getting the ball to start the second half is really big for Lakewood here. And a chance for the Impala defense, who has really shown at times that not rushing yards you're giving up, they've just given up 3 big plays. Pistol formation, slot tight left, fake run, Sundberg cuts back up. Boy, he's just a darter, isn't he?
Yeah, and Lakewood's smart enough to know that, let's get this clock rolling here.
Well, if they pass the ball on first down once the rest of this game, I'll be shocked.
Yeah.
Because you start the clock off running, you can pass on second down. And you want to give yourself a run pass option on third, but boy, if you're trying to run the clock, you need to run the ball in first down. And we'll see if Poudre starts taking some aggressive steps towards saying, okay, we realize that, and trying to take it away. Poudre, though, five up on the line. I mean, they're really playing the run. Man defense all across the board in the back. No safety over the middle. Quick bubble pass. That ball was tipped the line of scrimmage. I think Bryce Ramler or somebody got up there and got a tip on it. But just after a good play there, I don't see any spark in that defense right now.
Right. Yeah,
there wasn't any success or anything like that at all. I mean, they know that it's a hill to climb, but it's one play at a time. And 21 points for their offense is not out of the question.
No. And in high school, it's not out of the question.
Yep. So I wasn't sure if it was Ramler or number 53 there that got up Will McBride, but somebody got a tip on that ball. 3rd and 8 now. Lakewood's got to get out past the 47-yard line. Sumner back to throw, taking it deep. And that's just nice coverage on the far sideline there.
Yeah, that was, and this is what Poudre needed, the 3 and out.
You called exactly. Number 14 down there, Caden Oliver, turned and ran, opened his hips up downfield, and so he could get that the speed to keep up with the receiver. And he was inside him and underneath his numbers. Great positioning, incomplete, punt time. This is going to be the first punt of the night, isn't it? Or maybe the second.
And McFadden's going to have to. He's going to have to be able to complete a long ball because they're giving him that. Their receivers are beating.
Yeah, they've been
them
there
consistently.
Yep. Yeah.
There's
both sides are showing a lot of speed on the outside. The difference is Lakewood's connected and Poudre is not.
So we've got
that's quite the formation they got there. Now they got more players covering somebody here than they need, and they got close to it. Oh no, he tripped over his own guy. Oh, they're going to call it. If it's incidental, not personal foul time. Because his blocker got blocked down in the ground, Randy, and the kicker, that's who he touched. And then the Poudre player touched him, but he tripped over his own player, the up man blocking.
Well, the official was standing right there watching it. So
if it's only a 5-yarder, it'll still make it 4th and 2. Because it wasn't certainly an egregious running into the punter. I don't know what he's conferring for here, other than giving the number. No, he started to point roughing the kicker against Lakewood.
Pretty weak. We love our officials, but
well, right now there's a lot. There's some disorganization on the field right now because this isn't
the first time there has been either. So
yeah, no, I don't like that call at all. He didn't. The contact was initiated by the player, but then he did knock him down. He fell down. He did a nice job of flopping, and that's what kickers do. So that's a given. Everybody does it. But it was his own up man that blocked him, or he tripped over.
And Lakewood certainly should go for it now.
Well, if it's going to be 4th, and if they move them up there, it'll be 4th and a good 2.5 yards. That's what it's going to be.
Yeah. Well, you have.
This would be pretty gutsy right here. I tell you what, you don't get this one and you give the Impalas the ball on their side of the field, because that's what it'd be. They'd be near the 45. So big play.
Well, they're either going to try to get him to jump off here.
Yeah, well, that's a good point. See if they'll take the bait, because right now, this is a really big risk for Lakewood. Now he's back there where he's going to punt it. Yeah, he is. He just quick kicked it. Stribling's downfield, so they're going to get a heck of a roll out of it, and that's he needs to get away from the ball. So the ball was blown dead about the 9. One of the Lakewood players not like that. He tried to kick it on down the field. So the 5-yard penalty really benefited the Tigers more than so in the penalty itself, the ball and the quick kick. Football will do that.
Ended up being, a 25-yard penalty in essence.
Oh, yeah, the ball down inside the 10-yard line instead of the 45.
So that's a 35-yard penalty.
Yeah. No, that is, like I say, I don't fault a punter for doing that. The officials should be able to see the difference between who he fell over, because it wasn't like he got knocked off his feet. There was contact. The 5-yarder, I guess, if you're going to say it all, that's the call made. Either way, though, it's 1st and 10. Impala's near their 10-yard line. Erickson, wide sweep right, cutting it upfield. Carries a few bodies out past the 15. He's going to get a face mask call on top of that, too. Yeah, they're tackling high. So that should add another, see if they give the personal foul, taking him back out close to the 30-yard line. And what this does to Lakewood, too, it stops the clock.
Yeah, it does. And going back to that punt, I think the other thing is the officials at the high school level now, I think, are
protective.
And I'm not saying when I say over, I'm just saying they're almost always going to err now on the side of we don't want any knees blown out.
Well, that's it's over.
Yeah.
So just a 5-yarder there. 1st and 10, though. Impala's out 20-yard line, kind of got out of that hole. Still a 3-man line, though. Blitz coming, 5-man brought. Stribling on the outside, catches it. And, they do a nice job as a catch and a pass there, but Weston Lee, again, they're letting him catch it underneath, aren't they?
Why
Which they should.
You take 6 minutes to drive down and you score a touchdown, and then we get the ball, and so.
Yeah, that's tough. They need, like I say, you need to get some balls downfield. You need to have a play or two that stretches the defense. Erickson on the delay, fake by McFadden. He's going to lose yardage. That's just too slow developing against this defense. They're bringing their linebackers there. They're 5 yards back, but so's the ball in the snap. That's one of the critiques of the shotgun or the pistol offense. It is very slow developing when you're trying to go sideways like that.
Because you need to have a back like a, Bell or somebody like that who can sit back there and then pick their holes or something, because you're literally, if you don't, you're going to lose 5.
Yep. So 3rd and 7 now. Big play for the Impala offense. Need to get it downfield. 2 safeties, 3 high back. They're only rushing 4. And that's good. Oh, that's a pretty good catch. It's going to be short. They're going to get a really good mark out of that.
Yeah, they are. That's first down.
That's first down yardage there. Nice throw and catch. Tristan Burkett, the sophomore, laid out for it. That's a pretty good throw.
And about a half second from a pick 6, though. I mean, it was.
He beat him to the ball, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, because the corner was coming in on. He recognized it, but late. And McFadden turned his hips and stepped into that pass and put it on a rope. Good first down throw there, conversion on 3rd for the Impalas. Need to keep it going. Clock is running now, 8:59 to play in the 3rd. Erickson busts the outside on the fake on the draw, still downfield, across the 40, first down yardage. Tell you what, Lakewood tackles high a lot, and that's why he gets the carry in there. They've got a lot of guys wrapping their arms around the shoulders, and that's why no small reason they haven't had 2 face mask calls tonight already on Erickson. But if you're going to tackle him around the shoulders, you're going to go for a ride.
Yeah, and he might break it. I mean, we've seen him break. I mean, he's got probably over 1,200 yards now.
Well, big plays against this defense, the way they laid back, they really trust their defensive front 3. Almost an encroachment there. Very close. But while they're doing this, the clock is running, so we got about a 5-second delay there. The count by the back judge, and he just got to play off. Fadden, slot past Leal, steps upfield, gain of about 9. Need to get a little bit more repetition, a little more urgency, get on the line, make a play happen here.
Well, you got to have confidence that you can come back and get some rhythm. And so not seeing that yet, but we have confidence in them because we've seen them.
Yeah, and it's one of the things where slower you get the plays off, there's a rhythm to that, but a little bit of urgency here. This is not that long a game. Ball square on the 50-yard line, 2nd and short. Lakewood blitzing, bringing 2 extras right into the play. Erickson, though, is going to beat him to the corner. First down easy, heading upfield, and gets out of bounds. Nice job.
Yeah, I don't think people realize how fast Erickson is as well.
Smart play by the corner there to go low. He took the shot, and he's still paying for it. But tough play.
5'11", about 205.
Well,
Erickson
right
maybe
now,
6 foot. I can't
remember. Right now,
that.
if you're Poudre, young man just made a good play there on the tackle, but he's still a little dinged. You want to take it down the sideline. It's a good time to try and test it. Trips to the top of your screen, Stribling here on the near side. Do look to throw. Got him out there in front, take it above. Just overthrown, ball out of bounds, though. Got to keep the ball in play to make a catch there.
Yeah, close, but.
Yeah, no, it was, just a little too long. Need to take it downfield more rather than wide. I mean, McFadden, plenty of arm. Not a problem there with arm strength.
Yeah, and those are such.
It's a timing pattern.
Yeah, and it's such a difficult throw. I mean, you're throwing across the field.
Yep.
And you got to drop it down into.
You need to lay it more out in front. Let him go get it. Trips again, top of the screen. Stribling there, throwing. He's got grabbed. That's interference. He's going to make the catch anyway. What a great catch. What a great catch. And I'll tell you what, that defensive back, he is still struggling from the hit a couple minutes ago against Erickson. He really is. but he had his hands on there, and I didn't see either official go for the flag. And they could have thrown it after the fact, but it would have been a spot foul. Stribling, 2 big catches tonight on offense. Nice throw that time by McFadden. Just put it right on the sideline, kept the ball in play. And Stribling on the jump, because he had one arm pinned to his side by the defensive back. 1st and 10 now. Lampkins inside the 14-yard line. Throw it again to Stribling on the out. Steps upfield. Yeah, they need to get that defense. That young man needs to get out of the game. He's in pain and turning around. He's a gamer, but
he's coming out there.
Yeah,
like.
I think somebody spotted the coaches next to us. They saw because he's a tough kid. He's made several good plays today, but he's still feeling the effects of that tackle up here about midfield. And you can get beat once, but if you get beaten, that's
Mr. Erickson.
Good call by the coaching staff for the Tigers there.
Yeah, and not saying he's anything wrong with him.
No.
He's just
cut back, gets a play there. Touchdown,
Erickson.
Nice cutback. So a 6:52 left here in the third. Chance to cut it down to 2 scores. Need to get back on defense to get their offense back out there. Nice rhythm that time found on the running plays. Couple passes to Stribling, but mixing it up. Big extra point here. Let's go, Josiah! McFadden knocked it through. Nice job of sportsmanship there. That McFadden helped the kid up.
Well, you know, that's more than once we've seen that. The young man that got hurt there at the end of the half. McFadden was.
We'll give a report back to the folks there, too. The young man, we told just a cut around the eye area and might have had even his eyelid flipped back. The assistant coach said they believe he's going to be fine, but
kind of a freak thing.
Yeah, it sure was scary there for a few seconds, that's for sure. Tonight's just a game, that your health is forever, so that's a nice job by the staff there. We do have excellent care here from OCR and others that volunteer every year here at all the events here at French Field and for the Poudre School District, and that is important.
So Poudre has come out, and pretty much if you could write a script for how they ought to come out in the third quarter, it's perfect. They kept them to 3 and out, and they went down and scored. They probably would like to have scored a little quicker, but if they can hold it, it's not really. I don't think it's really a matter whether they can score enough. They've had plenty of places to score. It's whether they can stop Lakewood.
Well, they pretty much need to pitch a shutout here the rest of the game.
Yeah, they're going to have to, because they're going to have to score 31 to win this.
Forward in and out kickoff. They need to drive the ball deep and get a stop. They need to play the rest of this game's got to be played on one half of the field for the Impalas, and it needs to be on the Lakewood half. Squib kick, finds some open space, bounce in the air, taken at the 20. But I tell you what, he's got the corner. He's going to be up past the 35, close to the 40-yard line. Nice tackle, but once again, good starting position.
Yeah.
Impalas, they broke down out there, and you've got to get downfield and make sure nobody gets outside you.
Not a big fan of the strategy for kickoffs tonight. Even if he just stops, he's at the 25, and
Well, what a weapon though when you get touchbacks every time.
Yeah,
and that's the one critique we talked about earlier this year. You got the offensive, defensive players, but you're giving field position 35 to 40 yard line each time to Lakewood. That's tough.
Yeah.
You make them go an extra 15, 20 yards. That puts a lot more strain on an offense. So 1st and 10, 40 yard line. Sundberg picks his way through the defense there. I tell you what, he ran for about 1.5 yards, and he ran 9-10 yards to get it, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He made me tired because he was
kind of like watching Gale Sayers with the ball.
Yeah.
He cuts and moves really well.
Plays pretty good defense too. I saw him back there as a safety. So.
Well, credit to the Lakewood staff, Coach Braun and his staff. Like I say, they're not imposingly big, solid, but boy, they execute the game plan well, don't they?
Yeah, you take what you got and then you make something of it, and that's what they've done.
2nd and 8 now. Poudre showing blitz. They drop out. Quick pass. Batted down the line of scrimmage again. Rambler. And that's what you do. That's what you do with a shorter quarterback. If you're not going to get there, you give him something that he's got to find the lane to throw through, and Rambler just went up and dropped it like a block in basketball.
And that's, we talk about that with the Fossil Ridge.
Same instance, yep.
Tanner Hoke, that
great arm, active athlete, but if you're not that 6'3" or so in height, that you got to find the lane to throw through. And Ramler, he's that 6'3" or so athlete himself, and you can't go over him. Too short a pass. So big play here for the Impala's defense. About where they had him stopped last time, wasn't it?
Yeah, this is
trying to throw. He's got a chance to go outside, being flushed. He's going to get forced down the sideline and out of bounds. Great job downfield on the coverage for the Impalas, and Sundberg had nowhere to go. Scrambled around, actually got back to maybe a loss of 3 or 4. He was almost lost for about 15, wasn't he?
Yeah, and good job by the officials there by staying through and watching the entire play, because if you just saw the last second or two, you would think that there was a late hit, but there wasn't a late hit. He fell on his own and either trying to draw it or whatever. But good job by the officials to watch the play all the way through. And
here's that same punt formation right now too. So you got a near receiver here, the gunner. There's 2 eligible receivers on the ends. That's it. So as trick plays go, because the center's on the same line as this near receiver, it's going to be a run. If they drop him, he's not going to make it. And he's not. That is, I'll tell you what, when you're ahead by 2 touchdowns.
Well, that's a judgment call by I guarantee you, the coach has said,
you want it, you can.
If you think you can get it, go. And he thought he could.
I'm not a fan of that at the high school level.
Well, I'm not a fan of it when it's 10 yards. If it's 2 yards.
Yeah. Because he made seven or so, and he's still 3 or 4 yards short. Yeah. And the Impalas broke on that. There were 4 guys there. What you like about that, if you freeze that, when he got about the 40, they all started breaking down and said, you can run wherever you want. You're not going through. And a nice job there, and turnover and downs. I think that's a big mistake by Lakewood. We'll see if they have to pay for it. Flare past Erickson, but that was thrown so close to the line of scrimmage that
they're fortunate they didn't get a block in the back there. Probably.
Well, and McVicker's trying to take care of the blocking, and he's got I think it's 33 Flores come running up there. You can't stay in front of the guy on the run.
I just don't like that.
That play took too long.
Yeah, that play where you just throw it out there and hope the guy can make it.
Well, he made the play. The play was at the line of scrimmage or just behind it, and anyway, I want to see that ball quicker. And Erickson, he was out there 15 yards before he turned and looked. Fad looking downfield, is going to be flushed in the pocket around the outside, trying to find a spot, goes out. Loss of maybe a yard. Clock will stop. But they really squeeze. You're on the left half, and you're looking at the left side of the field. And I think that was downfield towards McVicker and Leal. Fadden coming out of the sideline a little slow there.
You see him wearing that big knee brace still.
Well, and the backup got a broken ankle. So, I mean, the prior backup, that's why he slides when he's out there.
He's down there on a scooter.
Yeah. So they're taking their time here with the play call. Did go out of bounds, but apparently they didn't call him going out of bounds because the clock is running. 3:33 and left in the third. So 3rd and 13, need to get down to the 36-yard line. This time Eric's got it out in the open field. A lot of orange jerseys in front of him, though. He bowls forward. I tell you what, I think you're in 4-down territory right now for the Impalas. That was a nice play. That play there, that got out of his hands and to Erickson a lot quicker.
Well, that was a check down as opposed to the original play.
I agree.
To me, there's a difference between I'm going here and I've looked at my other options. Now I'm going to check down to him. And good job by McFadden.
Yeah, no, he stood in the pocket nice and delivered a good ball. Had him going forward with it. So 4th and 6 now. Big play here. No doubt it. Lakewood still got the 3 down linemen. Well, actually 2 down, 2 other rushers. They're showing blitz now. Only bring 4 though, plenty of time. Pass out on the edge of the clock. And a great catch. I'll tell you what, Stribling's had the hands team tonight, hadn't he?
Yeah, that's
McFadden put the ball right on the edge there, and he towed the line and fell out of bounds, just like you do it in practice. Big conversion.
Execution is great when it happens, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, like I say,
as a coach, you just feel.
Yeah. Well, that's what those kids work all week for, and they make the play there. Stribling, the hands tonight, he's made 3 big catches. Erickson straight up the middle, bounce off one tackler into the secondary, bouncing around down past the first down near the 20-yard line. That'll move the chains.
He's probably got a quiet 70, 80 yards.
They got a player sent off. And the good thing about that for Poudre, they got a chance to move the chains while they stopped the clock. But they had a chance to call the play. They got about 4 or 5 seconds there of play calling time in. They're pretty deliberate getting that in. Trips the top of your screen.
Playing off Leal.
Yeah, there's a lot of cushion. Blitz coming. Fadden trying to get the outside. Oh, they're going to call Erickson for holding back here. They're going to call him for holding, and he had his hands up in the air. He had the outside block there, and the official stared it down, ran behind him, and I can't. Oh, wow. Trailing the play and everything, and he just hooked him, and he basically just had his hands up. If he grabbed him beforehand, but I'll tell you, that's a tough one, because not only do you take the touchdown away on a nice run and throw on a player who wasn't going to make the play, but that spot foul takes you back out to the 30-yard line. You got to get to the 10 for first down. So notice that the only home cooking we've seen tonight, Randy, was that great chili we got before the game.
So far.
Because there's no home cooking at French Field tonight for the Impalas.
No, it's...
I should have mentioned that earlier. The chili, because that was awesome.
I think Rocky might have used it all up against Castleview at the
call,
end there.
Yeah. And the officials aren't local officials. Everybody knows they all travel, but you still, that's an easy one to say. So first down and about 30. Fadden going to be caught from behind. Steps out of the tackle, though. Nice event. Better throw it. He's got a man, and luckily it wasn't picked. Sundberg, as you talked about, coming up from the safety position, knocked it away. He had Stribling down there. But what an athletic move by McFadden not to get sacked and lose another 10 yards. That's the old Pat drill. Put one hand on the ground, keep your balance.
I mean, I'd run a draw to Erickson right now.
Well, I'd flare him out to make those linebackers chase him, because that's where I take McFadden on the draw. It's the way they're spreading out. Back to full protection pass. McFadden looking around, fires on the out. Caught by McVicker on the far sideline. What a throw and catch. But McFadden he did a nice job of keeping his play, just sliding to his left and not taking a long stride, just slightly moving his feet. So he was set. He's ready to deliver. Gain of about 10.
He's better on those type of passes. There's some passes you got to have a touch, or some passes you got to have power, and he's good on those power throws.
Yeah, he's been on target for those tonight for sure. So getting a little more manageable. They need to get an 8 or 10 here. You'd like to get it all, but boy, you get a chance. Rolling out to the right, looks back over the middle, takes to the end zone. Caught.
Touchdown.
Tell you what, that Sundberg, the quarterback back there, he just mistimed the ball. He jumped too early. Gravity started to win. He came down, and the catch was made.
Well, your quarterback, you're running out. I thought he might have gone past the line of scrimmage, but anyway, you're running out, and he sees one-on-one. He just throws it up, says, make a play.
Yeah, put it back there. And the defender, like I said, the opposing quarterback, he jumped, but he just mistimed it, and the ball floated. Nice throw. Up and good.
Could have just as easily been knocked out or intercepted, but,
Great touchdown throw, though, to come back after the big penalty. Kudos to that offensive line, too. A lot of time there to look around. So that they got the delivery here now. You need to get a good kick downfield and have a chance to stop them. There's a minute 27 left in third. They're only down 7.
Yeah.
And momentum's back.
Again, they couldn't have written the script of the third quarter any better, really.
I'll go back to that. If that was a called play or the young man running there, but at 4th and 10, as you said, I wouldn't give that option, because they gave him the ball in the short field again inside the 50-yard line. Got the drive done.
What kind of game has number 7 had for Poudre? Stribling.
Yeah, Stribling. Play after play. But, you got several guys doing what they need to do out there. It's a team game, and if they're coming back, Little by little, the catch there by McVicker on the far sideline, the throws by McFadden on all of those, even the one called back. But overcoming third and about 30, or second and about 30, that's a pretty big deal.
We'll see if they can drive them back to at least
yeah,
their 20.
Yeah, you want to try for a directional kick here. You'd like to kick this down to the hash mark on one side or the other. They only have a single return man. So if you can kick it over the 20-yard line, make him chase it.
92 kicking.
Yep. And
they just don't have it.
Nope, caught at the 30. One move to the outside. Out past the 40, 45 near midfield.
Yeah, you got some of the fans.
Yeah, there's some opinions being shared.
It really, well, he said just kick it out of bounds. You're going to do that. Really, they'd be better off because
the worst field position they'd had all night. They'd get the ball back to the 35. It's such a difference. Like we say, Paduska and the other kickers are here in town. Like we say, it's automatic touchback every time.
And you don't even need the touchback, but you got to make them field the ball back at the 10 or something. And that's tough. I mean, you're asking the defense to do a lot.
You really are. So 1st and 10, ball in the Impala 47-yard line. Holly back in the corner, now screenplay out here to the side. Poudre's got it diagnosed. Nice job.
28 again.
Great way to come up and break down by Miguel Ariano there, the junior. Had a host of people around him. They're all ready for make the play, but he secured a nice open field tackle. No gain on the play.
One thing Lakewood has not done, they have not made any mistakes offensively except for the fake punt.
Yeah.
They have not had a pick or a fumble.
Holly back here now, trips the top. Clock is running, 43 seconds left here in the third. They lead by 7. Looking around, he's got a man down left side, he's got him open over the top and caught. He'll go out of bounds. I'll tell you what, there was no pressure. He looked around, he found the last receiver he needed to, and he threw the ball over the top and hit number 88, Blake Cowden. Big play. But going back to, you're starting at midfield and a 20-yard or 25-yard play puts you to midfield if you're
right
to the 25-yard line, and now they're inside the 20, inside the 15 almost.
Quietly, 2 throws that's just been right on the money. The touchdown and then that one.
Quarterback run, Holly tapes to the middle all by himself, runs into his own player down to the 5-yard line. Tell you what, Coach Braun and his staff, they've got a couple pretty capable quarterbacks, don't they?
Well, and that's the first time he's run, so I think Poudre didn't really think about him running. I think that's why he got so much. So that's the last play of the quarter. We're up here enjoying this game. What a
competitive game.
Yeah, it is. So after 3 quarters, our score, Lakewood 28, Poudre 21. You're watching Stream of Sports.
This life, it isn't for everyone. It's not for the modest, the cautious, the faint of heart. It's for the dauntless, the determined. This life, it isn't just a craft or another career. It's a calling.
Right now, get 0% APR for 60 months on a new 2017 Toyota Tundra, or get $1,750 cash back.
Toyota, let's go places.
And listen to the
Poudre Pep Band.
Yep.
Playing some of our favorite 70s and 80s hits. They more Led Zeppelin, Alice Cooper than anybody else we ever hear up here, that's for sure. Is that your playlist back from your 8-track days?
Might be.
I heard about those. Which is a complete lie.
Baton Twirler is twirling a lit. She is really lit. You know, that's what all the kids are saying.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sure Abby uses that. So Abby just graduated from CSU, our camera operator tonight. Her last game with us this year, so.
And a big night to film, too. So second and very short for the Tigers. Ball in the 6-yard lane. They get inside the 5. They got 1st and goal. Poudre needs to make something happen here.
Another quarterback change.
Sunbird back in, steps up, takes a sneak, just drives forward inside the 5 near the 2.
You know, the other thing, these two quarterbacks are smart.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a high IQ.
Yep.
He looked at what was there, and he says, you know what? You know, whatever the sign is for quarterback sneak.
Well, I think he goes up there traditionally. That's if you want to take that play, you go up and you give your center a pat that only that he's going to know. That special bomb between the quarterback and his center.
Yeah.
So 1st and goal, though, now big time. Same play again. Summer goes around the corner. He doesn't make it. Maybe gets to the 1. But if you're Lakewood right now, that's fine. We'll hammer away here. We'd like to score on 4th down with the clock still running. We're in the 4th quarter, under 11.5 to play.
Poudre needs to make a play defensively here.
Yeah, someone needs to jump the pile, and you've got to cut the outside, but you got to jump the pile. You got to meet somebody going up and over. You can't defend the end zone. You got to make your stand at the line.
Yeah, you got to disrupt something. They've been very comfortable offensively for the most part.
2 backs, there's got to be a procedure call. Their running back moved early. Yeah, we're going to get a procedure call. That's a big break for the Impalas. That's going to move back outside the 5-yard line. Running back just started his motion forward. A little anxious. Popped his clutch, couldn't hold it in. So Impalas catch a break there. That's going to move it back to 2nd and 6 to go for the goal.
Any score here is good for Lakewood, so even if they have to kick a field goal.
Yeah, no, they'd like to get this stretched out. They need to go back on there because the offense for Poudre showing some rhythm again. And now we're going to have the referees conferring again. I don't know if it's on the spot or... Had a lot of conferences in stripe wear tonight, haven't we?
I think they wanted to make sure they knew where they were meeting for dinner.
Clock wound. Still the 2-back set, both sides of Sunberg. Give right side, steps forward near the end zone and in. Nope, I think the sign judge, he's marking it short. I thought he broke the plane. So just between just inside the 1-yard line. And the clock keeps running down to 10-13, 10-12. Bunch formation, the offensive line. You look for the sneak type play here. Sunberg back under center. He's not going to get it. He probably lost a yard. He fell back behind the line. There was no movement whatsoever. Credit all the big boys in the front of that line for the Impalas there. They dropped the shoulders and stuffed it. You got Mayer 54 and number 64 both getting a still wagon, getting off the bottom of that pile.
Yeah, they're going to kick a field. You got to take points here to get 2 scores up.
You really do. You're exactly right.
Anything can happen if you go for it. I mean, you can not make it, but you could. Of course, it don't matter if you fumble, but
yeah, this is just a PAT basically.
Yeah, and it might be a fake, but you know, at this point, 2 scores is huge.
Yeah.
And we've got leaves falling. And
the wind's starting to pick up.
I don't know where their trees are.
They're right behind us, but they don't know how much they got left on them. But that cold front's starting to come in. The temperature's dropping. The wind's picking up. Now we got a stoppage of play. Timeout's going to be taken on the field by Lakewood. So we'll be back.
Think about it a little more.
28-21, 9:04 left in the game. They lead by 7. Decision to be made. You're watching Streaming Sport.
Back here now.
4th down field goal try coming. Basically a PAT. Long count going. Snap down, kick is up, and straight through the middle. So Lakewood goes back out on top by 10 after the kick by Hufford.
And, that's the traditional play that you would make. And you've got to do that because, at this point, Poudre has shown the ability to come up and down, but, they got to score 2 touchdowns now.
You got to make a 2-score game. You're exactly right. So the huddle here, I tell you what, all night long on 5 kickoffs, the Tigers did a nice job of covering. No real big plays with the possibility you have of somebody like Zach Leal. And if you look at average starting position tonight on drives, I would imagine Poudre's probably 15, maybe 20 yards behind what Lakewood's been doing.
Well, and you say kicking doesn't matter. Kicking matters a lot in football.
So Hufford, 2-stepper, just drives it. And that's going to go to the 1-yard line. So we picked up. Didn't get in the end zone. Had to take it. Couple moves made. Spun down about the 16. And once again, as we talked, just like you said, average starting position.
I'm no mathematician, but that's about a 35-yard difference.
Yeah, now that's a glaring difference.
And it's like I said, it's rare that you say, we might have lost because of the kicking game.
Well,
but
just field position starting, yeah.
Yeah, they held them to a field goal, but they only had to go 45 yards.
Yeah, and like I said, you're taking Poudre's trying to travel 25 to 30 yards further for each drive on average here. So some urgency now with just under 9 to play. McFadden, like the quarterback draw, keeps going, puts his shoulder down, gains about 6. Need to get back up on the line. Good plus yardage on first down, but you got to get the plays called.
And at some point, you probably got to give that ball to Leal if you see the right combination of defense, if they think they can get around. Although they're so fast, they may catch him.
Erickson left side, cuts up inside. First down yardage, runs through a couple tacklers. Good 7-yard gain there.
Well, they can still stay balanced in their offense right now as long as they hurry.
Yeah. Well, first down, they're going to move the chains here. One Lakewood player a little slow to get up. He's making his way back. Haven't talked a lot of the down linemen for Lakewood, but they've had a pretty good game. McFadden looked to throw the out. Down and out, caught in bounds by Stribling. Gained about 6. The wind's starting to be a factor here, Randy, because you can see the tape on the uprights in that south end zone, which is the more open of the 2 end zones. It looks like it's trailing Poudre right now, so not a hindrance.
You can hear it on our mic, too.
Twins both sides of the formation. Ride. McFadden turning, kind of bows it outside. Rolls over one tackler, gets out of bounds. That's what a senior does.
Yeah, that's good.
And I wonder if he's getting up. Nope, and McFadden's down. He's gonna get injured. He's gonna be out for one play here. They're stopping play, so we're gonna take a timeout up here ourselves. And he's up and walking. He beat the officials to it. Now they're telling him go out. Yep, I thought so. I like his attitude because they stopped time and the official says it's on him. Now you're Lakewood. You're up there saying, okay, I got somebody who's coming off the bench, hasn't touched the ball the entire game.
Surely they have a wildcat with Leal or Erickson or something.
Nate Wood, number 4, the sophomore, coming out. If you're Lakewood right now, I'd send the sink coming after and say you're going to give the ball to Erickson. Satterfield sat next to him in the backfield. And that was about as organized as you could predict. Yeah, just a different cadence, everything there, wasn't it?
Yeah, there's
tough to do. Tough spot for a young guy to come in.
And I think what you see there too, if you're if you don't think you're hurt and he's gonna.
They're saying the play didn't count because of the penalty, and they're gonna not let him come back in. I thought they were gonna do that. He tried to get out there.
what that shows you is you got to get up and kind of walk it off as opposed to lay there, because the officials will.
Yeah. Well, he took a pretty good shot.
Yeah.
He delivered one, then
and he
took
probably
one.
needed to come out.
Give Erickson left side. Lakewood all over it, though. He just.
Another face mask.
Yeah, he got, I tell you what.
And I guess, yeah, maybe I didn't see that. So
now Lakewood's got another guy down. I mean, that's just exhaustion. I think they've played a lot of snaps out there. That's number 50, big nose tackle, Christian Graham, the junior. He's had a pretty good game up the middle. There have been several times,
their front three. I mean, they've controlled a lot of this game. Really,
they've done it with 3 too. That's impressive. But with all this going on, we're down to 6:45 to play, and you got 2nd and 12.
Single coverage on both.
Yeah, you're going to get 5 free ones there. Lakewood jumped, and it stops the clock. So Poudre should be ready to get up on the line. Make things a little bit more manageable. I mean, they're 4-down territory wherever they're at. With under 7 to play, trailing by 10, so they're not punting the rest of the game. Twins receivers out both sides. Look at the left side, got the slot man open, turns around, and Leal, and he wasn't looking for that pattern. Sundberg, the other quarterback, came up and knocked it down. I think he was trying to take it deep, where I think he actually had the angle.
Yeah, Leal, if you wait another 2 seconds, Leal would have been wide open because he was going this way and the defender was
he was cutting under.
Cutting under. But that's easy to say, you know, when you've got people breathing down your.
Yeah. Incomplete pass did stop the clock. 3rd and 7 now. 6:20 left to play. Rushing 5, dropping back 6. McFadden turns and runs. He's got a spot down there, hits him. And a nice catch after good pop by McVicker. 1st down. Poudre need to get up there and get on the line now.
I was just sitting there thinking, have you ever tried to get a teenage boy to hurry up?
Yeah.
That's 11 of them, so let's see if they can.
Well, there's got to be some urgency. Leal backward motion. That offense play they ran before. Boy, look at the pile move. Erickson just said, okay, we're going.
He took the whole team 5 yards with him.
The whole inside of that defense went on for a ride, and courtesy of JT Erickson. Good counter to the run and the pass so far of McFadden. They got to do it again. 2nd and 2. 5:37 to play here in the game. McFadden looking down the middle, takes it up in the air. There's going to be no chance there. He's trying to get McVicker down the sideline. He didn't have time.
Yeah, he wasn't open.
Well, yeah, it was a kind of a hope for a pattern. I've not seen, like I said, I've not seen the hard slants or that secondary pattern that someone's coming over the middle and giving him that chance for that check down throw.
Well, or even trying that with Leal, and so he can use his legs a little bit, you know.
Yeah, because it's mostly man defense now. They got a single safety up there, but if he's on the outside, you know, your skinny post or run crossing pattern between your 2 near receivers. But taking too long to develop those plays right now. Blitz coming. Erickson gets the outside on the edge. Will drive forward, get inside the 30-yard line, stops the clock. Nice job, 1st down yardage. Well, we got a flag in the backfield, though. And a holding call.
On the defense?
He's several times tonight. It's the second direction.
Maybe he's a new guy.
Yeah. Got it called right, though.
And, you know, as one man famously said, you can call holding on every play.
Well, it's been on the plays when it's almost been as detrimental as it possibly could be. They overcame it last time with a touchdown and resulting the big play. But 3rd and 13. No pressure, taken down a little high. Boy, he had the look.
He's almost better when he doesn't have time, because I think I think he focuses a little better.
Tried to lay that one in there, and just a little up in the air for Stribling, even as tall as he is.
See that score where the Astros are beating the Yankees? I'd like to see a Yankee-Dodger.
Oh, we can't stand the Yankees.
Back to the New York.
I can't stand the Yankees.
Well.
Too much money.
They're likable now.
No, they're not. McFadden back to throw on 4th down, though. Ball tipped. Actually, they'd be better off if it was incomplete. Yeah, he wants the interception, but the ball be marked back at the 46-yard line if it's incomplete. And McFadden took another pop. And I think that ball was tipped just as it cleared his hands, so he stood tough. But that really does make it tough now, trailing by 10. A game effort.
Well, again, Lakewood is taking care of the ball, and that's a big deal. And right now, the one pick six
difference in the game
looms large. Yeah, you got a 3-point game if you're not.
Yeah, 5:04. It's not over, but you need the 3 and out. All their timeouts are still in their pocket.
Yeah, and
there's times you got to start taking advantage of it too. I mean, if you get a stop.
But here's what you got, and we've seen it over and over again. You got to focus here because these are the times that you get that quick hitter up the middle and it goes for long, or somebody gets beat in the secondary so they just need to focus, do their assignments.
Yeah. Sundberg on the quarterback draw takes up the middle.
Good
Gains
job
about
there.
a couple yards. Nice job getting in front of him. Like I say,
right.
You've got to run it on 1st down. You can't stop the clock for the defense on 1st down with an incomplete pass.
And young man Sundberg, he's in control. I like the way he leads. And
that was he took a long ride there just to see the quarterback, the relationship on that option ride. The old, back in the days, the Nebraska, the Oklahoma type option where it's at the line of scrimmage, the old belly play. This is the same thing, but deeper. The quarterback just has to read which way the linebackers are going and then make the decision to give or pull. Low snap, pulls it back, gives it out to the running back who's trying to get. Yeah, I think he stayed in bounds. Oh, I thought he went out of bounds too, but he's winding the clock. Saku on the run there. Timeout taken, I think a good one by Coach McVicker and his staff. So timeout on the field. The Impalas, I'm moving ahead in our schedule. Trail by 10. We'll be right back. You're watching Streaming Sports.
If this is how your bank sees the world, how do they see you? Be an individual at First Bank. Banking for good.
You're watching PSD High School Sports live in high definition on Stream It Sports NoCo.
Yep. We're back here now, 3rd and 5. Tigers basically at midfield, 4:19 to play. They lead by 10. Timeout taken by Poudre, trying to shorten up that clock. Fake run, Summerk up the middle, dives across, tackled. 1st down yardage gain, though, and a big one there, Randy.
What a great fake.
Yeah, Michael Scott on the tackle for the Impalas, but not before the chains move. And you'll start the clock. Ball in the 42. I can't see why they'd want to pass the ball again. They're going to make Poudre burn their timeouts. They do 2 remaining, but you get the chance to keep moving like that on the ground. And I think Sundberg right now, he's the quarterback you'd want in there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he's got moxie, and he seems to make the right decisions. And that's half of being a quarterback is.
Well, both of them have played at a big level tonight for sure. But as a runner goes, I think he's more the option quarterback in this system. Give it to the running back this time. Turns up field. Got the edge, as you talked about before. Go down the sideline. We'll go outside the 30. Another 1st down. And bit of a backbreaker there.
Well, you get so focused on the middle of the line and everything. And
carried by Saku.
Lakewood's
for
been
about 18 yards.
Their speed has been impressive, let me tell you.
And their discipline, like I say, they're playing at a high level, throwing the ball.
No turnovers.
Yeah, they come up and played a very complete game tonight, and Poudre just didn't have enough of that going on. As you said, The pick six on the deflected pass on the first drive by the Impalas ended up being the difference. First and 10 now.
It's not over till it's over, but again, Lakewood's been playing. So Lakewood's going to call a timeout.
Sure, Poudre doesn't mind that, but you know what? You're out there. It's like we're down there this far. You want to make the stops, but you also want to be sure what you're going to do.
So next Thursday night, we've got Fort Collins and Monarch, and it's been a while since we've seen Fort Collins. It's been several weeks. And you saw Monarch last week.
Impressive football team. I'll tell you what, they're going to have to play a pretty good game. That's Monarch and the Windsor game we saw there. They were.
That was their first loss of the year,
yeah,
Monarchs.
back and forth, throw it. They run it well, good defense. So Lampkins will have their hands full.
And then Friday night, Rocky Mountain and Rangeview.
And another big game there too. Rocky Mountain doesn't want to close out the season with some wins, build on with those young players, find out how they rebound.
They got beat last night, I believe. They played last night.
I did see a score late.
Thought I saw that, but sure enough can find out.
We'll find out. So first and 10 now. Trips here to the near side. Got that whole left side wide open. Poudre showing blitz like you'd expect. Option run the outside. Saku trying to go. He does make the corner.
Did you see what he didn't do this time?
Uh-huh. Turned upfield, didn't he?
Yeah, he did not go out of bounds.
Gain about 8 or 9. That's just a speed run. So timeout's going to be taken by the Impalas.
So we'll talk a little bit. Fort Collins is 3-4. We'd kind of lost track of them a little bit because we haven't seen them since.
Saw them early a couple times, and then since then.
And Rocky Mountain, 3-5. And so looking here on Max Preps, folks, so you don't have to. Lost Arvada West last night, 30-20.
Okay.
And play Rangeview next week.
So after the timeout, it'll be second and about 3. Ball far left hash. And running the option, the read option to the wide side of the field.
Very similar game. Poudre's played a very similar game as they did against Rocky.
Yeah.
Which they didn't win.
Well, just
not
the
over to get over that hump.
And the wide side of the field this time. Summer keeps it right up the middle. Mayer wraps him up, maybe a gain of a yard, short of the first down, but almost inconsequential for Lakewood. They move it forward. And the last timeout's going to be taken by Poudre with 3:15 left here in the game. So we're going to take a break up here, and we'll be back. You're watching Streaming Sports.
Wayne, everyone knows by now that Schrader's Country Stores have the best car washes around. They don't need to see you standing in the car wash explaining the undercarriage wash, the rocker panel spray, the protective finish application, and the jet dryer. No, Wayne, all you have to do is see the beautiful shine on my nice clean car. No muss, no fuss, and I'm certainly not all wet.
You won't get soaked at Schrader Country Store car washes. Just shine.
You see the band there. Nobody has more fun than the band, the drum line, and young man was dancing there too.
Yeah,
there he is.
We're back in it.
So
Lakewood breaks their sideline huddle. No hurry to come out, just trying to stay composed. Poudre like to see a chance to make a play here, get something on the ground. Third and short. Motion into the sideline. Low snap. Summer right up the middle. D's dropped. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. So it's going to be fourth down.
there's really no. I guess there is an advantage to kicking a field goal, but it may be too far out.
I wouldn't even risk it for the time you got to run here. If you get a block and a return for a touchdown, that'd be the fastest score almost Poudre could get. I mean, They could deliberately take their time now, and even if they want to, take a 5-yard penalty, which I almost think they're going to do, unless they're going to go to the very end and call their last time out, just to save the 5. That might be a very good strategy. They'll get to the very end here, and they'll call timeout. Back judge is starting his. He's got the Coach Braun's over by the side judge. He calls timeout, and he does. So smart play by the coaching staff.
Well, you know, the thing that's impressed me about Lakewood, they don't beat themselves.
No.
You know,
Excellent point.
They have, you know, I wouldn't say they've been most impressive team we've seen down here as far as, but overall as a team, they have done the right things. They've made the right calls. And I think that's what to have the kind of legacy they do in football, and where they're at and the people they play from over the years. That's probably the kind of team you got to have. Again, you got the drum line going. You see the coach talking to.
Well, it's that time now. It's like, okay, we're gonna run the ball. We're not gonna make a mistake here. We just want to run the ball. If we get the first down, that's gravy, and we can call it basically a game there, because there's no more timeouts for either team, and under 2:30 to play, you can run the ball 3 times and just about wrap it up. So the double backfield again. Paul's, I think, will probably come after with serious pressure here. Sumrick pulls it out, dances around, tries to get away from a couple of them. Mayer had a hold of him, spins to the ground. Excuse me, it was Mayer. It was 44.
And they need to stop here.
Michael Scott. Oh, now we're going to get, There was a punch thrown and a couple other things happening there.
I'm not sure why the
referees weren't quick to that one, were they?
Well, I'm not sure why they didn't blow the whistle.
That's my point. His forward progress was certainly gone.
10 yards back, his forward progress is where the official's standing.
And in the grasp would be the.
Yeah, both. And they just let him keep playing. So I'm not sure if they thought somebody else was going to blow it or what they. But you can't leave guys doing that for 4 seconds and expect them not to.
Well, if I had to make a guess here, Coach Braun's out there quite a ways on the field. I could see personal fouls going both ways after the play, and they negate each other. It's going to be takeover on downs for the Impalas. Where are they going to mark him down? Nope, just going to be on Lakewood only. So a break there, because that's going to be the penalty that's going to take them downfield from there.
But I will say that probably could have been avoided if the whistle is blown.
Yeah. How do you let him go that far? Yeah. How do you let him go that far?
Because you got to come protect your quarterback at some level. You know, you got 7 guys on him.
Yeah.
So
we've seen it. We've seen a fairly minimal contact.
And they got that wrong.
We've got some discussions going on here. They took it from the point of the foul instead of the line of scrimmage. And they'd already moved the chains, which you should never.
And the one official, though, has not. He has stayed on his spot.
Yeah, the side judge should, but he.
Yeah, just throw it out there somewhere.
Pick a spot. But they made their own correction, got it back there. They started to mark it off from the spot of the foul, which
was a personal foul.
Was not correct. It goes back from the line of scrimmage. Either way, we're set to play. Ball at the 38-yard line, 2:20 to play. Impalas are in this. You get a score and you get an onside kick, all of a sudden it's something else. But you got to get it downfield. 4-man rush. Spy on Erickson out of the backfield. Throws the lob to the outside to Stribling. Caught, and boy, that's going to be caught in bounds. DeLille, excuse me. Nice throw. That one was a great touch pass. That's the best ball I've seen McFadden throw tonight. A difficult pass, too. Timing there, hit Leal just as he was at the dragging a toe to go out of bounds. So a gain of about 12, 13 yards. Back out first down right at midfield, right at the Poudre School District logo. Bubble pass McVicker to the outside, heads up field, goes out of bounds, stops the clock. Now it's about time to take the old pump fake and see if you can get one down the side.
Lakewood will give you all those.
Yeah, they're going to let you
5,
do that.
6 yards, all you want.
Because you got twin receivers both sides. And they're gonna basically play 3 safeties over the top. They give a lot of freedom there to their safeties. Sundberg backs it up now. It is a 3 deep. Deep pass down the sideline and we picked off. Need to throw that closer to the sideline.
And he dropped it. So fortunate
for the Empire. I thought that was.
But that's what a zone defense is supposed to do right there. That was picture perfect, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the balls, they say you don't have that big a gap. You got to throw that earlier. Don't give that safety time to make the play. He was back there. just as he clears the cornerback, that ball needs to be arriving, and just took it too far downfield. But there's, like you say, he's dropped, so incomplete pass, 3rd and 7.
You know, at the 2nd and 7, I think you could have run a sweep with Erickson to the left, and he gets out of bounds and probably get the first down. And
okay, that was a mix-up there. Somebody turned in compared to turning out. Now, that was just an execution play there. The ball was thrown outside. The receiver turned in. He was there. He had the first down yardage for sure.
You know, people think you got to just keep passing, but you got a dynamic runner, and you can, you think you can get out of bounds. 15 yards is 15 yards.
No blitz coming. Got the edge. This time the completion's made, but then the whistle's blown. And we got a procedure call on him on the Impalas. So they'll make it 4th and about 13 or not, 4th and 12. Either way, you still got to get across the 40-yard line. Tough time for that penalty.
Well, it's a tough time, and they've also played their hand, of one of their plays that has worked a few times.
Yeah, that stop pattern. But Lakewood falls back into it. On the near sideline, they take the second cover man, basically a strong safety, let him walk it back off. Sundberg kind of just plays center field.
So what do you call here?
Well, I still like the middle of the field. They're rushing 4, and so they just got the 2 linebackers. I still like the middle of the field because the outside has been taken away. Trying to throw it down, and he's hit, and that's going to be it.
And Lakewood.
Yeah, on
Lakewood
the blitz
sees
there.
it.
Well, and that kind of the thing there. That's a 4-rush defense getting pressure on your quarterback, and that's just tough to handle. If you can drop 7 and cover, there's not a window there. And that.
Well, we talked about that, and we've seen some teams do. I'm just thinking. I know the Chiefs have done this a little bit, although not successfully last night. But if you can rush 3, get pressure, like you say, that opens up a whole bunch of things because you got 8 people back there.
Yeah, you're throwing into a forest then. There's a lot of people around there. And
Lakewood's been able to do that pretty much the whole game.
1:51 left, no timeouts for the Impalas. It's snap it 3 times and start the bus. Tough night here because I say that really the biggest difference in the game was that early pick 6 on pressure.
And it's not just the play, it's what it does to you mentally early in the game. That's a big deal. And you could see it in their body language. We talked about that. Even though it got better there in the second half a little bit, but when they came out at halftime, you could see their body language. So anyway, you grow through everything, and Lakewood is no slouch of a team.
No, it's not. No, certainly no downside to losing to a good football team, but not the game that Poudre hoped to play here entirely. They did rally for a bit there, but just like you said earlier, you're unable to take your best card and play him. And Erickson, he didn't get the carries you'd expect for him to have in a game. And as the clock going down now, minute 10, 3rd down coming. Actually did kind of snap that one kind of quick, I think.
Yeah, I think he thought it.
Well, you need to get everybody up on the line, and so you have no chance of having an illegal formation at the snap, which would stop the clock. We're down to 48 seconds there. The back judge has now started his count. And even the band's continuing to play. And that will do it.
Little Stevie Wonder there.
Yeah, because under 30 seconds to play, that will do it. Nice job of sportsmanship in the middle of the field there, but tough loss for the Impalas too, because there's just the game got away from them, what they like to do. A pretty valiant comeback to a point, but just too much speed, better execution by Lakewood tonight. They were the victor.
Yeah, and again, they were able to by getting the lead, a large lead, they were able to take Erickson out of the game a little bit, although I think they could have stayed with him a little more. But either way, 31-21, the pick 6 early is kind of the fatal blow tonight. So anyway, we'll be back next Thursday.
Poudre School District High School Football, live on Stream It Sports Northern Colorado. has been brought to you by Schrader Oil. Fuel your day. By Pedersen Toyota in Fort Collins. Everything cars made easy. And by First Bank. Visit any of our convenient locations in northern Colorado. First Bank. Banking for good.